Welcome back to Algebra 2 topic 35, graph logarithmic functions. This is part 3. So we're going to wrap this up with some word problems. So here is our example. A company uses this function to relate sales revenue, designated by R, and advertising costs, designated by A, as R equals 12 times the logarithm of A plus 1 plus 25. So we want to find the sales revenue when the advertising costs are $1,000 and round to the nearest whole number. So note here how first we want to find the sales revenue. So here we want to find R. We don't need to change this equation at all. We don't need to find the inverse yet. We just need to plug in. So if our advertising cost is $1,000, then this is our A. So we're going to plug in. So we'll get R equals 12 times, now there's a little multiplication dot in between here. So 12 times log, this is log base 10, of A. A we're going to substitute in $1,000 plus 1 plus 25. So if we want to rewrite that, we would get R equals 12 times log base 10 of 1001 plus 25. Now in order to simplify this, because we have a log base 10, we can easily just plug this into our calculator. Or if you don't have your calculator right now, you can just go onto Desmos and use the scientific calculator. So I'm going to go to my Desmos, and because this, you can do one of two things. You can break it up and use PEMDAS, or we can just plug it all in, just make sure that our operations are correct. So we have 12 times the log. Again, log is on Desmos. If you click the function button, log is right there. Times the log of 1001, close my parentheses, and then plus 25. So there is our answer right there. 61.00520.893. So our problem says, we can write this, 61.005, and then it kept going. But we want to round to the nearest whole number, and we always finalize our word problems with a sentence. So this will be the sales revenue is $61, which is not a lot. Okay, moving on to our next problem. What is the equation of the inverse of the formula? In other words, which equation would be easier to use to find a value of A for a particular value of R? So here, I'm just going to write our first equation we originally had. R equals 12 times the log base 10 of A plus 1 plus 25. So here, in order to find the inverse, we could do what we did before, which is swap our A and R and solve for that new R. But really, if we wanted to shorten it, all we'd have to do is just solve for A. So solve for what's in my A spot. I want to solve for that variable. So in order to do this, we're going to think that just like how we would solve for a variable in like a linear equation, except towards the end, we will have to kind of integrate our knowledge of logarithms and exponential functions in order to simplify it fully. So what we're going to do first is we're going to subtract 25 from both sides. And we'll get R minus 25 equals 12 times log base 10 of A plus 1. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this 12. So we're going to divide both sides by 12. So our new function will be r minus 25 of divided by 12 equals log base 10 of a plus 1. Now we can rewrite this, because in order to undo a logarithm, the inverse is an exponential. So we can rewrite this as the left side becomes my new exponent, and we use our base. So we have 10 to the r, oops, let me undo that. Let me write it how we have been seeing it. A plus 1 equals 10 to the r minus 25 over 12. Then we want to solve for a, so we just need to subtract this 1 on both sides, and we end up getting a equals 10 to the r minus 25 over 12 minus 1. So that minus 1 is not in my exponent, that is outside. So here is my new function. Then, moving on to part C, if I want to find the advertising cost, that means I want to find a value for A if our sales revenue is $100. So I'm going to plug in 100 for R. So I will get A equals 10 to the 100 minus 25 divided by 12 minus 1. And in order to solve this, again, we can just head over to your calculator. I'm going to go to Desmos. So here we will get 10 raised to the exponent. Now, because I'm dealing with a fraction in my exponent, for Desmos specifically, I always like to use parentheses. So my numerator is going to be 100 minus 25, close my parentheses, then hit my division sign, and that will make my fraction. Divided by 12, then I'm going to hit my arrow over here so I get out of my exponent, then I subtract 1. And here is my answer. So I will get A is 1778278.41. So if I want to write my complete sentence, then I would say the advertising cost would be $1,778,278.41. Whoo, holy cow. I can't whistle, but if I could whistle, I would. And that is it. Your homework is Pearson topic 35, graphing logarithmic functions homework. And thank you for watching.